this episode, we drive quickly around a track, OSRAM light the way, we were live on the radio from Laser Tools, and Autogem take the pressure. But let's start with hella tech talk.
This video shows you how to replace an AC compressor correctly. First, raise the vehicle on a lifting platform to allow you to remove the defective compressor. Remove the compressor carefully, as you might still be able to identify and eliminate the reasons for the compressor failure directly. Pay particular attention to the electrical connections and mechanical overload protection of the compressor. Faulty belt drive components such as tensioning elements, alternator freewheel clutch, or torsional vibration damper are also possible causes of compressor failure. Once the defective compressor has been removed, seal the connection lines to prevent dirt and moisture entering the coolant circuit. Our recommendation: if suitable stoppers are not available, you can use commercially available balloons. Please read and observe the instructions and specifications provided in the enclosed installation instructions before installing the new compressor. The oil level must always be checked and adjusted without fail in accordance with the manufacturer's specifications. To do this, open the drain plug and drain off all the oil from the new compressor into a suitable vessel. The compressor must then be refilled with the quantity and type of oil specified by the vehicle manufacturer. In this case, the oil filling quantity is 150 milliliters. To ensure the oil is distributed evenly throughout the compressor, turn the compressor shaft when filling the compressor. The compressor must be turned through at least 10 revolutions before being installed. Seal the compressor with the drain plug. When replacing a defective compressor, it's essential to flush the air conditioning system and change the filter dryer, accumulator, and expansion or throttle valve. This is demonstrated in the video Flushing the Air Conditioning System in the video gallery. You can then reinstall the compressor and at the same time replace peripheral components such as the tensioning belt and tensioner. Before the air conditioning system can be brought back into operation at the vehicle, the error memory must be read out and erased with the assistance of a diagnostic tool. Then start the engine and allow it to run for 2 minutes with the air conditioning system switched off. Set the temperature to maximum cooling. With the vents open, set the air distribution to the center vents position and the fresh air fan to medium. Then at idle speed, switch the air conditioning system on for 10 seconds, then back off for 10 seconds. Repeat this procedure at least 5 times. To check the function of the air conditioning system, a temperature sensor which measures the temperature of the discharged air and transfers this to an air conditioning service unit, for example, can be fitted at the center vent. In addition to the air conditioning service unit, a diagnostic tool can also be connected to the vehicle in order to check for high and low pressure. The functionality of the compressor can also be checked in this way using the ranges of measured values or parameters.
So good morning, we're at Bridgestone's tyre testing day at Donington Park. I'm with Andy Matthias. Andy, why are we here today?
Yeah, so for us it's a fantastic opportunity to experience our products. We truly believe that getting out on the product, experiencing it for yourself, seeing the innovation, the R&D, the technology that goes into it is really what makes the difference. And when you can feel the product on the track, on the circuits, that's when you kind of really bring to life how important a tyre is to the performance of the vehicle.
fair to say tyres are in the news at the moment.
Yeah.
Have a bit of a problem with the potholes, not with the tyres themselves.
Exactly, yeah.
But how much into your R&D is that going at the moment? How much kind of where the impacts are happening? How much of that is going into your research?
Yeah, obviously we understand that tyres are a big purchase, and if you hit one of these potholes, it's a huge cost and inconvenience. So all of our product and our R&D and the technology, we're trying to make the tyre last as long as possible. So we want it to last as long as possible in terms of the durability.
Yeah.
We want it to be as efficient as possible in terms of its rolling resistance. So we try and make sure that our tyres are EV ready, for example, so they have enlightened technology. And more we're trying to reinforce our tyres. For example, we've just launched a brand new camper van tyre, which is reinforced, so it's got a higher load capacity, but it's also reinforced to be slightly better protected against these
elements,
awful potholes that we see everywhere. Yeah.
You've just mentioned two parts there: camper vans, which became very popular during COVID, and EVs.
Yeah.
When you first started in the tyre trade, did you ever think we'd be in this position?
Well, I mean, I've been in the tyre trade for 30 years nearly, so I joined Bridgestone nearly 30 years ago, and these things just weren't even in our vocabulary. We didn't talk about electric vehicles, but we went through a design process where we thought, right, should we have a separate electric vehicle range, or should we integrate electric vehicles into our normal tyre design? And in fact, we went down the latter route. We want to ensure that every vehicle has the most fuel efficiency as possible. So whether you're driving a petrol car or a hybrid or an electric vehicle, we want the tyre to give you the best fuel efficiency as possible, particularly at the moment with the fuel prices as they are. We definitely want to make sure that's as efficient as we can make it.
And tyres, they are the most important part of the car because they're the only thing that touches the road, aren't
Absolutely,
they?
Yeah.
And we're obviously here today and we're going around a track and things like that.
Yeah.
Do you think people understand what tyres actually are, or do you think the consumer should make themselves more knowledgeable?
Yeah, it's difficult. I mean, for us as a premium tyre manufacturer, we bake into everything we do the safety and the performance of what we do, and safety for performance and sustainability is at our core. As you say, the footprint of a tyre on your car is like the size of a postcard, is a handprint. And that tiny contact patch has got all of this technology. We're standing beside a ID Buzz, £70,000 worth, ABS, all of the kit. But if the tyres aren't up to the job, then the vehicle isn't going to be able to cope. So it's our job as a premium tyre manufacturer to help educate and convince the consumer that premium tyres are really important. I can't stand to see these really kind of high end vehicles on a set of
cheap
budget tyres, and you think, oh my god, the thing's not going to stop in time. So for us it's really important, and that's why we do events like today where people can experience it themselves firsthand.
Well, that's a cracking link. So my next question was, what are we doing today?
Yeah, we'll be out on the track. The main thing is getting out there and experiencing it for yourself. So we don't want to just talk a job, we want you to feel it yourself. So we'll be doing some wet braking, we'll be doing some manoeuvring, and by the end of it we really want you to feel that you can understand the difference between the difference that a premium tyre can make.
And of course, I think the other thing as well is a cheap tyre may cost £20, a Bridgestone tyre may cost £80, but it lasts 7-8 times longer. So actually it's not as dear as people think.
No, that's exactly the point. So our tyres last longer, and the fewer tyres that you use, the more sustainable it is as well, the fewer raw materials you're using. So yeah, we try and make our tyres last as long as possible, and that's the enlightened technology that we use in some of our products as well is really important for that.
Well, I'm sure people are going to see by the end of this how your tyres have behaved in the day, or more importantly, how me and Vicky have drove. So,
well, let's see about that. Yeah.
Thank you for the invite.
All
Cheers.
the best. Cheers.
these are our 50 products for our 50th anniversary. We're about to unveil. You've probably all guessed we are offering a 50-year warranty on all these 50 products. So it's a bit of a game changer for us. As you know, we've never done this before. Part of the research WAA did was that lifetime warranty was a big thing. We think a 50-year warranty sounds better than the lifetime warranty, so we're going with that. Eddie and Mark will pick the products. We can do the unveiling now, and then Eddie will talk you through some of the products. Some of them are nostalgic. But it's a general range, but I'm sure most of you have already seen the leaflet that Shep was handing it out all around the business yesterday. So without further ado, we're going to try not to knock everything over as well. So what you'll notice straight away is all of the products that we're launching for the 50-year anniversary have got that logo marked onto the actual tool. So it's either laser marked, or in terms of in case of the spanners, it's actually been stamped into we pay for tooling, so it's stamped in. You get some time to go through it, but basically we thought Laser Tools is known for its timing tools and specialist automotive tools first and foremost. So we sort of the main focus is on the timing tools that we've designed. We've basically put together 3 marks, if you like, one VAG, Ford and Stellantis, and it's all featured in this brand new storage that we've bought as well. Everything, as I said, is marked with the 50-year logo.
Well, good afternoon all. My name's Eddie, this is Mark, directors of the business. We'd just like to welcome you here today. Thanks for coming along and joining us. It's a real pleasure to have you here to help us celebrate our 50 years of the business, and the milestone not only reflects not just our growth but the people and the partnerships and the innovation that have shaped who we are. Today is about honouring our past, especially the legacy of our founder Martin, while also looking ahead to an exciting future.
Hi, I'm Eddie, talking to you from the 50th anniversary at Laser Tools. We've had a fun day today and with the radio show and Garage Talk. And just to finish off here, I would like to acknowledge Heath, who's worked in the business for 40 years. He celebrated that 2 weeks ago. Unfortunately, I was away working at the time. Wasn't here to come and shake your hand, but I have done since.
You have, thank you.
And you're welcome. But yeah, 40 years, some achievement. I'm sort of following you up there. I'm 38.
Not long behind.
38 years.
Wow, so that's a big shift between the two of us, isn't
absolutely. It? Absolutely. But I've obviously enjoyed working with you over the years, and I did want to acknowledge it just to say thank you very much. We've sort of elected you as our ambassador of the business. So anyway, I'd like to present you with this. This is something that you can have on your desk.
Oh wow, thank you. That's really touching. I really appreciate that.
All right, let me shake your hand.
Let's do that.
Cheers, pal. Thank you.
Thank you very much. What an honour.
So here we are at the Laser 50 Live Tools launch. Shep, Big year for you. How is it launching 50 tools?
It's nerve-wracking. Having to do a laser live show this afternoon with 50 new products that we got to see yesterday for the first time. Yeah, and there's some products that mean a lot to the company, products that we've sold for many years, nostalgic stuff. So going forward, I think it's going to be really good. Some good stuff to get for the guys to get the teeth into. Some new twists on old products.
And Sean, we are obviously talking about the legacy to Martin Smith.
Yeah, we are.
Tell us about some of the tools that we've got here.
There's a real mix of tools. So we've got a lot of hand tools that we're introducing with the 50-year warranty. So that's a big thing for us. The specialist tools, the timing tools that we make in Sheffield at Eldon, our engineering company. So there's a real mix of tools. So whether you're an apprentice starting out and you want a tool kit, up to a garage needing specialist tools.
And we are obviously in honour of Martin, who created this company. You knew very well, Shep. How important is it that you kind of use his knowledge and what he brought through, even nowadays?
Yeah, well, if we didn't use that, we wouldn't be here today. There's certain products that Martin sold back in the day when he first started out that have actually been put into this range of Laser 50. The hammers are a set, a 3-piece hammer kit that Martin sold in a box many, many years ago. That's now come into the Laser 50 branding, and we're going to do that to commemorate that as well.
And the Laser 50 branding is obviously quite important to this launch, isn't it?
It's very important. The unique logo has been designed by our design department upstairs. Everything's got that logo on it, whether it's embossed or it's on the actual foams and it's imprinted that way. Everything carries this Laser 50 logo.
And Sean, I don't think you were around when it was 50 years ago, if I'm fair to you yourself.
40 on Saturday. So.
Well, congratulations on your 40th. What do you know about laser tools in the 50 years? How important has it been? Fed into you?
Yeah, it's massively important. I've been here 18 years now. Started in the warehouse, so I've worked my way through onto the sales team, and yeah, it's important to everybody. We've got all the staff here today, all eating, showing them what we do. The tech vans are here as well. So yeah, so for us, it's really important about showcasing the last 50 years of what we've done and continue the next 50 years as well.
And of course, one of the major things, of course, is the apprentice toolkit that you've already kind of mentioned. Tell us more about it, because for an apprentice, it's an ideal opportunity.
A massive opportunity. So we will be launching something where we'll have 50 toolkits that we'll be offering out into July, so people can scan and win one of these kits. So yeah, it's about the future, the next generation of mechanics that are coming through. So again, that's really important to us.
And obviously, you're both well known socially. You just recently jumped out of a plane, I believe. But and that's the fun side of it. But there's a meaning to it, isn't it? So why do you get involved in that to launch the products?
I get involved. I mean, it's a passion of mine. Tools, a big passion of mine. It used to be cars, and that's my background. Since I joined Laser 14 years ago, I've become this sort of like thing now about tools, and I'm very well known on the internet for what we do with the videos and stuff like that. And having these products and bringing them to the market, it's quite a big passion.
I think it's exposing what we do, since we've started doing all the TikTok videos and in particular Shep, everywhere we go, everybody knows who he is. So it's really important for us. That's how we get our product awareness out there. So yeah, it's relatively new to us, but it works.
I'm going to ask you first, Shep and Sean or Sean and Shep?
It's got to be Shep and Sean.
Shep and Sean. So. Do you agree with that?
I've got to, ain't I? Why would I want it any other way?
So what's your favourite tool you're launching today?
One of my favourite products on this whole layout here is probably the bleed wrench kit there. It's an old van favourite of mine. When I was out on the road, we had that kit on the van, not as good as what that kit is, certainly not the Laser 50 branding, not as comprehensive, but was as a gadget, and people love gadgets. It is the most popular selling gadget on the van at that time. It was a brilliant product, and to reinvent it in the way that it has been reinvented is going to bring it back to life.
And these products, they're not sexy or anything, but they're necessity, aren't they?
100%. And for us, it was, this range of tools covers, like Shep said, we've got the sockets, the spanners, and it's going into specialists. We've got the mini pneumatic range, which I think personally will be really good for us. But yeah, there's a real mix of tools here. So yeah, for any toolbox. So.
And I think the thing for me, Shep, is we can get these from B&M and Sextra. They don't work, do they? These are specialist tools for the market. Don't underestimate what you're buying here. This is the tool for the job, isn't it?
Definitely. Laser now is a brand to be reckoned with. It's come on massively, leaps and bounds. Over the past 20 years, it's now a go-to brand. Very well recognised for our specialist tooling, but we also do all this stuff as well. All this basic tooling. People forget that. So some of these products are brought into the range specifically for that moment. And when people want to get a spanner set. Why not buy a laser set?
And they've got comfort for 50 years.
50-year warranty. Not against loss, obviously, but what is?
And will you be covering it in 50 years' time?
Maybe. We'll see.
Will you be?
I might still be here, I think, so hopefully.
Brilliant. Cheers, gents.
Thank you.
For tools and machinery, come to Machine Mart. Experts in our 65 superstores help you choose from the vast range, including air compressors, tool chests, stoves, welders, generators, water pumps, heaters, power tools, and much, much more. Or just order by phone or online. Look out for our money-saving special offers. Our free catalogue contains hundreds of price cuts and great new products. Or visit our website with thousands more specialist products in Machine Mart Extra. Shop in-store, online, or call.
Modern cars are equipped with many different light sources. On average, around 200 bulbs are fitted in every car. Light plays an important role when it comes to road safety, and high visibility can enhance your ability to drive at night. Headlights are the most important light sources. There are different types of headlights based on different technologies: halogen, xenon, and LED. Halogen technology is still the most common technology for cars, even though the LED options are growing fast due to their performance and efficiency. Compared to other technologies, halogen lamps are easy to manufacture and are therefore less expensive. They consist of a tungsten filament sealed in a compact transparent envelope that is filled with a mixture of inert gas and halogen gas. The combination of the halogen gas and the tungsten filament produces a halogen cyclochemical reaction, which redeposits evaporated tungsten on the filament, increasing its life and maintaining the clarity of the envelope. There are some key factors you need to know about halogen light. The first one is the light distribution. Headlights have to correctly illuminate the road without blinding oncoming drivers. When choosing a halogen bulb, make sure you choose an ECE-approved type that fits your specific vehicle. A non-ECE bulb or the wrong type could damage the headlight and affect the light distribution. The second relevant factor is the light beam, measured in meters. At night, the main beam headlights will typically let you see up to 100 meters ahead. OSRAM halogen bulbs provide a far-reaching beam of up to 150 meters, enabling the driver to react to obstacles sooner. The third relevant factor is the bulb lifetime. There are many factors that influence it, like usage, vibrations, or the car network voltage. One additional factor is the brightness of the bulb. To increase the light output of a halogen bulb, manufacturers reduce the size of the filament. A thinner filament heats up more and reaches a higher light output. This increased performance has an impact on the bulb lifetime. A halogen bulb with enhanced performance will provide brighter light but will need more frequent replacements compared to a standard one. OSRAM bulbs in the Nightbreaker family can reach up to 200% more brightness. To prolong their lifetime, OSRAM uses an optimized gas composition as well as a more resistant glass. But for technical reasons, a performance bulb will never beat the durability of long-life bulbs. A special vibration-resistant filament is used for their production, as well as extra high gas pressure inside the bulb. OSRAM Ultra Life Automotive bulbs are a favorite when it comes to durability. They have a lifespan of up to 4 times longer compared to standard halogen bulbs and last up to 100,000 kilometers. Also, the color temperature, measured in Kelvin, plays an important role. A standard halogen bulb has 3200 Kelvin, corresponding to a warm white light. To achieve a cool white light, manufacturers use a blue coating. This coating limits the light output, forcing the manufacturer to increase the bulb brightness. This has an impact on the lifetime, but an amazing stylish effect on the light color. With its extra white light of up to 5000 Kelvin, the cool blue intense bulbs almost reach the same league of LED. What happens as headlights age? Many drivers will only replace a headlamp bulb once it has failed completely, but this is a mistake. The filament of any headlight bulb deteriorates with use. At the end of service life, headlights produce less light, reducing the driver's night vision. As a rule of thumb, you should change your bulbs after 3 years. But OSRAM tests show that a standard halogen bulb loses 30% of its brightness after 500 hours of use. So be proactive. Check and change your halogen bulbs. Even if LED replacement bulbs stand for ultimate innovation and durability, there are plenty of choices in terms of halogen bulbs too. Always choose the quality of OSRAM automotive lighting and find the perfect bulb on our vehicle lamp finder. Insist on OSRAM, the #1 in automotive lighting.
One of the most common stationary relearns that we're asked about is the process that can be used on almost all Fords from 2013 and onwards. This relearn requires the technician to follow a short process of initializing the TPMS training function before diagnosing each sensor in a specific order to store the ID codes to the correct wheel locations within the ECU. We assume at this stage that you will have already inspected the sensors to ensure that they are all working normally. Firstly, you will need to have the key or key fob for the vehicle, your eye sensor tool, and ensure that the tire pressures have been set correctly. With the vehicle turned off, enter the vehicle and close all of the doors and windows. Press and release the brake pedal. Now cycle the ignition on, off, on, off, on. In this case, we're working on a vehicle with keyless entry, but the same process can be done using the traditional key too. Now, press and release the brake pedal once more. Once again, cycle the ignition. This time it will be off, on, off, on, off, on. If this process has been completed correctly, the horn with sound and the vehicle dashboard may display a message showing train left front tire. If the horn beeps, but there is no display advising to train the left front tire, don't panic, just follow the process without worrying about the onboard messages. At this point, dial in the correct make, model and year into your eye sensor equipment. Using the eye sensor original tool, simply go to the near side front tire and diagnose the sensor in the left front wheel. Once the horn sounds, the driver display may now show a new message, train right front tire. Continue the process by diagnosing the sensor in the offside front wheel and waiting for the horn to sound once more. Again, the vehicle display may now show train right rear tire. Repeat the sensor diagnosis process on the offside rear wheel and wait for the horn to beep again. The driver display may now show train left rear tire. Finally, diagnose the near side rear tire, wait for the horn to beep. Assuming that the horn sounded at every wheel position, the vehicle display may now show that training has been completed. The TPMS warning light should now be extinguished and the vehicle ready to hand back to the owner. If, at any point during the sensor diagnosis process, any of the sensors do not trigger the horn to sound, we would recommend that you rescan that same sensor again to try and get the vehicle to respond. If the vehicle fails to respond after a couple of extra scans, then the sensor may be faulty or incompatible with the specific vehicle you're working on. At this point, do not proceed to diagnosing any more sensors on this vehicle. This will temporarily store the wrong sensors to the subsequent wheel positions before the relearn process fails. Please abandon the relearn process in order to investigate the sensors and ensure a working, compatible sensor is installed to each wheel position. Upon abandonment, the vehicle will eventually respond with a double horn beep to indicate that the relearn has failed. If the vehicle shows the messages in the driver display, then you may see, "Tires not trained, please repeat." Once you're happy that each wheel has a working, compatible sensor installed, begin the process again from the very start.